is a 1964 Chevy Nova Deuce two-door hardtop. Really nice car. It's got disc brakes on the front. It's got a built 350 that really goes. 700 R4 automatic transmission, and a super solid original undercarriage. It's got a lot of new front suspension, a lot of new suspension parts all together on it. It's got about 200 miles on it since complete restoration. Done, I'm guessing probably last year or a couple years ago. The owner just hasn't put a lot of miles on it, but it drives excellent. It's got the CPP disc brakes, not power, but they stop great. Headers are in good shape on it. It's got an RPM Performer intake with an Eldebrock carburetor, 4-barrel. Inner fenders and stuff are very solid on it. Does have an aluminum radiator with the shroud. Hood gap is excellent from front to back, lines up very nicely on the hood to the fender. Same thing on the passenger side, it's got a really nice gap. As we look at our front bumper, the front and rear bumper, I'm guessing are the original. They show some oxidation on both the front and the rear bumper, but very straight bumpers and very presentable as a driver. If a guy wants to take the car to a show level, basically a new set of bumpers and maybe some rocker molding would take this to a show car level, in my opinion. The grille is in excellent shape. The hood chrome is in great shape as well. Very nice stainless there. There's just a few, I've noticed, I've walked around the car 3-4 times. I've noticed about 3 or 4 little paint chips, and I'll point those out to you the best I can here. Across the hood is in really good shape. We've got a couple little chips here that have been touched up right on the back side of the hood. Other than that, the hood is in great shape. I don't see any chips there. We've got a paint chip that was touched up right there. No blisters in the bottom of the fender. Our gap to the fender and door in great shape. It's got Chevy Rally wheels on it. 195/60 15s on the front. It's got new center caps and trim rings. I mentioned that this car did have rocker molding on it, so it's got a couple of those little white pegs still on there, but no rust, no blisters, nothing like that down low. It just has the clips for the rocker molding, and the rocker molding is not on it. As far as our door goes, I don't see any chips, anything there. Original door handle shows some scratches, little micro scratches. The hardtop chrome's in great shape. Drip rail chrome's in good shape. We've got a couple little dings there. It's got one tiny little ding, smaller than my end of my pinky here, on the top of the roof, on that right there. Other than that, the roof's laser straight, no blemishes there. It's got a great brand new dual exhaust system on it, sounds great. If you look up and down the sides, it's a very straight car. It's white, but it could almost be painted red or black. I mean, it's a very straight car. The chrome around the back trunk lid's in good shape. I mentioned before the back bumper is original, so that's showing some wear, but very presentable for a driver. Corners of the doors are good. Door jamb paint's very presentable. Not quite as nice as the exterior paint, but very, very nice. When they did the interior, they painted the bottom and top of the door and the bottom of the dash in a kind of a light silver. The dash is gorgeous on it. It's been two-tone painted. It's got the original AM Delco radio, original steering wheel, column shift car. No one's hot rodded it as far as the interior goes. It's got a brand new dash pad. That looks great. Nice padded dash. Seat covers were done very professionally. They're in beautiful shape, matching cloth inserts, front and back. They just did a really nice job when they did it. It's got the front seat belts in it as well. Carpets, I'm saying the carpet wasn't replaced as recently as the seats go. Carpet's decent, but it's not absolutely new like the seats. Earlier in the video I mentioned that the car's only got a couple hundred miles on it. I think that's a Dart that I just got in. Had the previous owner said he only put a couple hundred miles on it. I just can't remember exactly, but the condition of this Nova is fantastic. Headliner is beautiful in it. It's got the light blue headliner. I don't see any wrinkles. Visors look good. Whoever did the interior did a fantastic job on it. Inside the trunk's all spackled very nicely. It's got the factory mat. The jams are nice in the bottom of the trunk. Driver's side and the passenger side are both equally as straight. Nice and clean. No blisters down low on the quarters anywhere that I can see on either side. It had a couple little chips on the driver's side, one on the hood, one on the driver's side fender. It's got a very small paint imperfection, sorry, right there by my finger. Other than that, the roof's great, quarter's great. I just noticed this too. It's got some paint imperfections down in this bottom part of this door down here. I didn't notice it the other day when it was a little cloudy, but you can just tell that maybe it had a little solvent pop or something on the door. I didn't notice it until I got right here on top of it, but it does have some paint imperfections towards the front of this door below the body line. Top side of the driver's chrome is nice as well. Corners of both doors are fantastic. They haven't been body fillered up. The rubbers are nice and pliable still. The felts are really decent. Window rolls up and down great. Roof rail rubbers also been replaced. That's nice and tight. The quarter window rubbers are good. Look how nice that seals up. I could roll the window up just a little more here. Passenger side seals up really good. I think when I drove it the other day, one of the wing windows has a little air gap, but they feel nice and tight. It's got its original wheel with factory horn ring, and the horn works. Like I said, there's no disappointments at all in this interior. Very comfortable, very nice. I love the cloth inserts. They're very period correct. The car has 103,234 miles on the body. Wipers work, horn works, radio does not work. It's been idling here for a while. It's running about 185. It's carrying 35 pounds of oil pressure, and it's charging. Heater fan works, defroster works. All these levers work really, everything works great. The other day it was a little colder, and I was driving it in the rain. Defrosters work great. One other thing, the restorer went ahead and changed the park indicator, so it does show that it's got the 4-speed automatic transmission. Gas gauge works, speedometer works, and if you look there, it's got a Pro Tac that fit beautifully right in the factory gauges, so, and that works as well. They also went ahead and replaced the glass and stuff during the restoration. There's no scarring or cracking in that glass. It turned out nice. This is a really nice car. Besides those few paint imperfections that I brought up, it's very solid, looks great, runs great. Bumpy road here as far as our shocks and suspension. They did not bottom out at all. Now these tires are awful close on here to give it that look, but as far as hitting a bump with me driving in it, absolutely no tire rub there. This car could definitely get away from you. No pull on the brakes, right or left. Front disc brake stops nice. Tires were smoking the whole way there. This car runs and drives great, 70 mile an hour just like that. The only thing I'm going to adjust a little bit is a 4-speed kicks down great, the 4-speed automatic. I'm just going to have my technician adjust some of the shift points on it. Like right there, you're doing 65, 70, should be able to kind of kick it down. And it's not, so I need to adjust that shift point a little bit. But the car runs and drives great, does not need an alignment. Here's your brakes at a high speed. Yeah, stops the car real nicely. No pull left to right. So great Nova, a lot of power, and a ton of look.